Meeting later this year at the 5th Bi-National Commission between the two nations.
The swearing-in ceremony in Parliament came after Ian Khama stepped down, having completed the constitutional maximum of 10 years in office. President Masisi, 55, is a close ally of Khama and a BDP veteran. He's a US-educated former teacher, UNICEF official and education minister, whose father was also a cabinet minister. As the vice president, Masisi took over automatically and is likely to secure a further 5-year term in the next coming elections in October 2019.
I, Mokgweetsi Eric Yabizo Masisi, do swear that I will faithfully and diligently discharge my duties and perform my functions in the high office of President of the Republic of Botswana, that I will maintain the Constitution of Botswana and uphold the laws, and that I will direct my abilities to the service and welfare of the peoples of Botswana without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
Botswana prides itself on good governance and rule of law, and the carefully managed handover of power comes a full 18 months ahead of parliamentary elections next year. The outgoing President Ian Khama completed a months-long national farewell tour last week, bidding goodbye to the country's population of 2.2 million.
Shifting our focus to the Middle East now, political experts have warned that the current volatile situation in the Gaza Strip is likely to keep worsening and face new uncertainties. This as medical supplies are running out.
On Friday, thousands of Palestinians marched near the border between the eastern Gaza Strip and Israel. The march was part of the annual Land Day, or the Great March of Return of Palestinians, which started in 1976 as a protest against Israel's confiscation of Palestinian lands. As of Sunday, at least 17 Palestinians have died and over 1,400 injured in clashes with Israeli military forces. Political experts say the volatile situation in Gaza Strip may get worse. The demonstration had humanitarian and political purposes. With regard to the humanitarian aspect, life in Gaza is like hell, and this is mainly due to the blockade. The public has called for putting an end to that situation. Another Palestinian political analyst has warned that the situation could be further complicated as the demonstration is set to last until the day the U.S. Embassy in Israel is moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
The demonstration is scheduled to last until mid-May, namely the Nakba Day. At the time, the United States will move its embassy to Jerusalem, and the public will deliver more diversified voices. Compared to Friday, a lot more protesters will join in the demonstration.
Meanwhile, doctors in Gaza say hospitals are running out of medicine and other supplies.
Since the first day of the protests, the strategic stock of the hospitals, especially Shifa Hospital, is due to finish. Because of that, we are calling on all the donors to supply the medical sector with medicine and other medical supplies.
The Palestinian side called the rally a peaceful demonstration of the public and declared Saturday a national day of mourning. Israel authorities slammed the demonstrations as a riot orchestrated and funded by Hamas.
Well, that's the news for now. After the break, Tabisa Sitoli will be giving you a complete wrap of all the sports on the day on Sports Live. It's been a cracking day for South African cricket once again, so get that update and reaction after a short break. First, though, let's take a look at the weather.
Greetings and welcome to the Weather Desk. It's time now to take a look at the African continent and its related weather patterns. Over the eastern parts, we're seeing a high pressure cell continuing, bringing in moisture over the east in places like Gauteng province, Mpumalanga, and of course KwaZulu-Natal. But this moisture is spreading further towards the east tomorrow. And of course, there's more moisture coming in from the northern parts, bringing in isolated showers here over the interior, including places like Appington and most of the interior for tomorrow. Central parts of the DRC towards the south can expect expect heavier rain or scattered showers, but including Angola, excluding places like Botswana and most of Namibia for tomorrow, seeing partly cloudy conditions. Otherwise, we're expecting just fog patches starting here over the northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, including Piet Retief, Majuba, and as we move along the Mpumalanga province, we're seeing fog patches in the morning, followed by some scattered showers expected for the rest of the day, and that includes the most of the central interior, where we're seeing warm temperatures of 26 in places like such as Velkom, but cooler in Bethlehem with a high of 22, including Vrede, and of course most of the eastern parts of the Free State for tomorrow. Otherwise, hotter temperatures in Richards Bay and to the north of Richards Bay, including Manguza with a high of 31 degrees, while Durban is at 28 tomorrow. It stays fairly warm all along the eastern coastline as we move towards PE with a high of 28, and those isolated afternoon thunderstorms expected, while over the interior of the Eastern Cape, now we're starting to see very hot temperatures of 33 there in places like Graaff-Reinet and Sutherland at 25, starting at 7, fairly cold nights, while over the western coastline, we're not expecting rain here along the western coastline, but temperatures of 28 for Vredendal and 24 in Cape Town. Now, further north, partly cloudy conditions will persist in Botswana. However, in Namibia, we're expecting isolated thunderstorms with Windhoek at a high of 26. Lilongwe peaking at 23 for tomorrow, while hotter temperatures in the northern parts of Madagascar with Majanga peaking at 34, while the rest of the continent is warm with highs of 24 over the central interior and cooler further down south. And speaking of cooler temperatures, we're seeing Goma for tomorrow with a high of 21 degrees, while here over the eastern part, well, over the western parts, we're still seeing warm conditions in Sibiti with a high of 28 there. Kinshasa at 32. The central interior, heavier rains are expected here over the southern parts of the DRC, while Mogadishu is peaking at 31 for tomorrow. Now, further north, we're expecting clear skies for most of Sudan, including southern parts of Egypt, where we're seeing Luxor peaking at 36, whilst Port Sudan is at 37. Hotter temperatures in the southern parts with Khartoum peaking at 39 degrees, while along the coastal areas, we're expecting places such as Benghazi to expect lower maximum temperatures of 18 and partly cloudy conditions. Partly cloudy conditions will persist over most of West Africa, with Las Palmas peaking at 19, cooler conditions, but as we move north, we're seeing warmer temperatures. We're seeing Marrakesh peaking at 23, Algiers at 28 degrees for tomorrow. Cameroon is continuing with rain. Yaoundé is peaking at 29 degrees for tomorrow, while in Nigeria, we're seeing hot temperatures, but there is that possibility of rain with Lagos peaking at 32. That's all I have from the weather desk. Have yourself a great evening.
Corruption both in the public and the private sectors needs to be combated.
Where there are clear cases of wrong that has been done, that must commence immediately.
Something is being done about corruption in our country.
Currency, even although it's strengthened dramatically after the ANC's recent elective conference, could conceivably go stronger yet.
He had a soul that would not be for sale.
Stay tuned to Your World for your final news roundup, Monday to Sunday at 21:30.